Well, with all the progress happening inside the house, Stephanie, it's great to have you here as our fire safety educator to talk about interconnectivity and smart home technology.
Well, first, Art, it's important to understand that the majority of people don't realize smoke alarms can become outdated. Let me ask you this. What do you do with old milk?
Well, first I sniff it and then I toss it out.
Well, don't go sniffing your alarms, but the same concept does apply. Smoke alarms don't last forever. You know, there's ever-changing technology, getting better and better with time, but also these are electronic devices. They contain sensors that can wear. So that's why it's so important to be replacing your alarms every 5 to 10 years. Get the alarm down, flip it over, and most of the time on the back you'll find the manufacturing date. Then add 5 to 10 years to that date.
And they're so smart, they speak to each other, and they all connect to an app so you can be alerted in case of an emergency.
That's right. So we are installing smart smoke and carbon monoxide detectors in Ronnie's home so he gets the dual detection, and then all he has to do is download the app and he will start to get instant notifications sent straight to his phone anytime smoke or CO is detected. We are also providing him with a smart water leak and freeze detector. Again, dual detection in one device, and he can put as many of these around his home as he wants, as many smoke and CO alarms and as many water leak and freeze detectors, all of them connected to the app. Plus, if he really wants, let's say he's going away on vacation, he might not have good service wherever he's traveling to, well, he can ask a neighbor to download the app as well and add his home to it, and then they can receive those notifications as well and help Ronnie keep an eye on his home. And you can also contact 911 right through the app.
Well, I can't wait to hear more fire safety tips and see this progress continue on the makeover.
Yes, looking forward to it.
There are many situations where your home's fire safety should be reviewed and upgraded. From buying a new home or after a major renovation to big life events like bringing home a new baby, and especially after a near fire or carbon monoxide event.
Sal, my pleasure to introduce you to Stephanie, our fire safety educator. Guys, what does it take to be a firefighter in today's modern world?
So in today's modern world, it does take a certain amount of physical strength, a certain amount of mental strength.
What's it like working alongside Ron?
Very energetic, keeps a good mentality for everybody else, very motivated. We definitely love having them.
And a great family. And speaking of family, they were able to avoid the fire by not being in it. But Stephanie, you got to have a fire escape plan if you're stuck inside your house.
100%, no questions asked. According to the American Red Cross, 26% of American families have developed and practiced a fire escape plan, which means the rest of us are probably very unprepared in the case of a fire. And I think one of the biggest misconceptions that people have is that, I know my home, I can get out, it's easy. But fire doesn't act the way you see it on TV or in film. So tell us a little bit about what it's like to actually run into a home that's on fire.
You know, running into a house that's on fire, certainly a scary situation, but we just want the citizens to be prepared, to have smoke alarm systems that are, working properly, focus on getting out of their homes, and then we can get in and do our jobs.
I think, too, one of the things I really want people and encourage them to do, if you have children especially, is get them used to hearing the sound of a working smoke alarm. So test your smoke alarms monthly. You should have one in every bedroom, every floor of the home. Make sure they know exactly what to do the second that they hear that alarm go off. So that means you have to sit down and map out a plan with your family. Actually draw it out. You should know 2 ways out of every room. We know in certain situations that exit might be a window, and if it's on a second story, make sure you have a fire escape ladder. Now, if there isn't 2 ways out, that's a great question for our guys here. What should somebody do in that situation?
Just make sure you close the doors behind you. It prevents it from spreading further. That room is now safe from a fire for at least 5 to 10 minutes, which gives us 5 to 10 minutes to get there and help that victim if he is stuck in that room.
And especially if it's a child, what you want to encourage your children to do is to get outside and stay outside. There's a lot of situations, sadly, where kids get scared. They don't know what to do in that moment, so they run and hide, or they think they're in trouble, that they're at fault for the fire. So you have to drive it home to them that their life is what's most important.
Having the plan, having the right equipment is great at home and great here at work. So speaking of having the right equipment, you mind showing us around a little bit?
Absolutely.
Awesome.